support me for these several years. Thank you.
Thank you.
And should I stay up to address any
If
other
you wouldn't mind
questions?
just staying for a moment while we ask, if we've got any questions.
Sure.
Mr. Wilson, no questions? Mrs. Gaska, any questions for the applicant?
Hi.
Hi there.
We, the planning commission got a late letter from one of the neighbors that's actually behind the parcel, the 8131. And he actually talks about fences, wanting to put a fence because he's worried about the traffic. But you mentioned that there's about 20 people that visit during the day, right?
That's what studies have shown based on the other facilities.
And at night, during the workday, you actually have 20 employees during
Not
the
at night.
workday?
No. During the day, we'll probably have about 18 to 20 or so, and it depends on the buildup and you know, whether technology, you know, works, et cetera. So we'll say somewhere up between 18 and 20. During the night, it's down to about 4.
Okay. So even though the parking in the rear is meant for employees, the way that shift change works, there wouldn't be a lot of people actually driving around the back there to park because they'd already be at
No.
work.
But it's not a problem for me to have some sort of a shielding. I talked with the Greens, and I'd be happy to accommodate them in that need. And we also have back in that corner a forest of bamboo that really shields out their
That was the
place,
other
too.
question I was going to ask, and I guess I forgot to ask staff, which I'll come back to staff then. So thank you for addressing
Yes.
that.
Mr. Van Duker?
Excuse me. I noticed some trees were cut down. Would you comment on that?
I would never cut an oak like that. I wouldn't want to be strung up. I'm very respectful of nature and love trees. And if you did see, there was one trunk that out there was probably the one you were referring to. That was a dead sycamore. It was in danger of toppling over. And that was several years ago. And I have neighbors who can, you know, attest to that. So, but I respect those trees very much. I think that that's what makes this project.
Do you have any concern about current market conditions as far as this project is
Well, I'll tell you what, this NIC, which is a short for the National Investment Center for Senior Housing, keeps tabulated records on this, and they have a 99.9% loan performance ratio. That's less than that's 1/10 of 1% that are bad in these types of facilities. So if anybody has any money to invest, this is the best place to put your money right now. No, not in stocks, not shopping centers, not in office, put it in senior housing. And so that's why there's 3 real estate investment trusts competing for this business right now. It's one of the best places, but we are in a tough economy.
Thank you.
Mr. Seifert?
I'm curious, it sounds like a very nice facility. What would be the cost for someone to stay there?
The cost is,
What do you anticipate?
well, see, first of all, it's a private pay. And I anticipate that the people who have, say, for example, the Teamsters type of coverage or healthcare type long-term benefits, they would start in there probably around the $2,500 range, and it could go up depending on what, and this is per month, they could go on up depending on what type of additional care you may require. So it will not be cheap, it will be your top quality though. Top quality, and you don't want to send those people over to Lincoln or to Granite Bay. Let's take them here, right where their adult children may be.
$2,500 per month for one of the
One of those rooms.
units?
Yes, Have you shopped around recently to see what the cost is?
Well, that sounds cheap, actually, from the numbers I've heard
Yeah.
before.
Well, you know, add medication on there, add a few other services, and it will build up.
That's all the questions I have.
Mr. Dawson?
Mr. Stites, is that right?
You got it right.
I want to thank you for complimenting the staff. We're very proud of them. I know they work hard. And I'm glad to hear that they're treating you right. And I want to thank you for bringing a quality project to Citrus Heights.
Thank
I know there's a lot of other places to go, and this looks good. Could you explain to us or describe a few of the green building features that you're going to implement in the building?
Actually, we've already contacted and worked with SMUD and PG&E, and they've reviewed our plan. They gave us some suggestions, but I'm wondering if I could defer that to Larry, my architect, since he is the certified green architect.
Absolutely.
If I,
Yeah, thank you.
If he doesn't mind coming up, answer the question?
then, thank you.